but there's no telling how long she's going to be willing to participate. It's always a hit and a miss with these kids. But it's pretty exciting. We're on our way to our midwife's backyard, I guess, party or get together. She's actually bringing together all the families and the kids that she has assisted in natural births with. Most of them, if not all of them, are home water births. I would say most of them, because I'm sure some of them, you know, there were different situations where maybe they had to be transferred to a hospital or they decided to do a birth with no water. But for the most part, we all share that similarity, which is pretty awesome, because, you know, it's really hard to find people who have had natural births or the experience of a natural birth. So aside from seeing April, because we're so excited to see her, I'm really excited about this part, to just see other women and even men who have experienced the peace and happiness of having a birth at home. I really wish I would have gotten my merch dropped by today, but unfortunately I did wait until last minute. Well, not really, because all this kind of just came together this week, but we weren't able to get the print out in time onto our t-shirts. I made Navy a shirt saying birthed at home, caught by dad, and the year that she was born, and then I made myself a postpartum shirt, and in the back it said postpartum, women who don't break, they transform. And I was really excited about wearing it here, because I mean, what better place to kind of advertise an amazing shirt where people can relate. But it just didn't work out like that, so it's okay. I was telling the story of how we found April, our midwife, in a post, and I will save those details for the post. But I just wanted to kind of come on here and I'm excited to go. I'm so excited to go. I'm really glad this worked out. You got to remember, when a midwife is holding an event, there's traffic. There's a lot of traffic. Oh no, we're already late. We're supposed to be there at 10. It ends at 12, and we're like 30 minutes away. That's fine. 30 minutes is better than no minutes, right? I think so, but you're gonna see the traffic in my side mirror, well, in my mirror here. But we're going to a get-together, a backyard get-together, and because she's a midwife, I had to check her post and her Instagram before I left to make sure this was still going on, because she can have a birth at any moment and have to go tend to that family. So I had to keep checking. I did see that the post this morning said that the backyard get-together was still on and popping. We're good. We might have pretzels and water, but that's better than nothing. But April is who birthed or helped assist us in a birth for Navy's natural water birth, and that's probably majority of why most of you the reason why most of you subscribed was because you saw that video of my daughter connected to her placenta straight out of the vajayjay onto the bed, into the water. We held her, we did skin to skin for a while, we just took in the moments. We didn't invite any family or friends. We wanted our birth to be very, very private, and so it was. We loved April as a midwife because she wasn't intrusive. She wasn't like doing team too much. She was off to the side and just like let us have our moments, let us have our time. My fiance ended up ultimately being my doula because he was there to coach me through and make sure I was breathing well, and there's nobody who knew me better than him, so it just worked out well that way. And it's funny because I'm the certified doula, but he's done the first birth. Before I even got certified, he did his first birth. So he needs to no, we're not gonna let him be a doula. What? Hold on. I'm on live. I wasn't thinking, so I do retract that statement. He ain't about to be no doula. But we get to go see April today, and April hasn't seen Navy in person since she was born almost 3 years ago. And Navy was born in April. April's name is April. It was just one of those amazing phenomena. Navy was born on our 10-year anniversary and on her uncle's birthday. Mind you, my fiance and his mother also share a birthday. So we have 2 double birthdays in the family freaking cool. Oh, guys, I see you're commenting. I'm so sorry. I am driving, so I actually can't read those right now. I'm just ranting and rambling on, so you guys enjoy that when I do stop officially. If you guys are still in here, I would be more than happy to answer or respond to these comments. We're in Florida. I know that's one of the questions that always comes around. We are in Florida, in the United States, in the ghetto-ass United States. Yes, we're here. So yeah, back to my story. We got to do skin to skin. We got to take it all in, and then about, I would say, half an hour, 45 minutes. Let's call it, yeah, half an hour to 45 minutes after is when we put Navy on the bed and proceeded to weigh her, check her, and cut her umbilical cord. So that happened all on our bed. Talk about a natural birth. It was freaking amazing. Would I do a natural birth again? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Was it painful? Everybody has a different pain tolerance. Birth is not one size fits all. I will always say that. I personally do not think it was painful as much as it was very uncomfortable. It was a discomfort, like it almost felt like a period cramp for women. For men, it's felt like food poisoning. When your stomach starts to do all these like cramps and knots and all these flips, that's what it feels like. And then when I'm just gonna refer to food poisoning the whole time because it's probably easier for both ends, because if you're a woman who hasn't had a baby or doesn't have bad period cramps, you wouldn't know either. I feel like everybody has had food poisoning at some point. But when your body is like naturally trying to rid of whatever toxins or poisonous food or whatever you ate, that's kind of what birth is like. Your body naturally wants to get the baby out, so your body's going forward with like pushing and trying to like put you in the right position to push, like your body does it. So sometimes when I wasn't pushing, I didn't have a choice because my body was pushing her out. 10 out of 10 recommended. 10 out of 10. If your pain tolerance can handle having a baby, honestly, it's for the experience. So if I take the pain or the discomfort out of the situation for the experience, 100%, I would do it again. I would do it a million times. However many kids I have, I hope I can do a natural birth for them all. If you hear that pterodactyl in the back, it's Navy. It was just a peaceful experience. Now, I've never had a hospital birth, but I have heard too many stories to even want to be interested in trying to compare it. At one point, before I had her, I said I would, just so I could compare it. But honestly, my home birth was such an amazing experience that I have no interest in even trying anything else. I don't want to try anything else. That was for me. I was born for that. So she just dropped a toy, so it's probably going to turn into chaos in a couple minutes. Just warning. Oh, they're hearts. Hi to all the hearts. I actually saw the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for that love. What else? What else about home births? I can't even read you guys' comments or questions, but I'm just going to try to like off the top of the dome right now. We're going to be there in probably, I would say 15, 20 minutes. We're only going to have a couple minutes to like really engage, but it's better than nothing. Home birth. We did not have to buy the tub. Hopefully, you know what? I might have to rephrase the title of this because this is giving a lot of good information on home births. So hopefully you guys can use that. I did not have to buy the tub in this situation. I don't know how every midwife does it, but we only had to buy the hose, and the hose was connecting to the washing machine, like water outlet spout thing. So we connected the hose to the washing machine spout, ran it through the house into the tub. That is how the tub got water. The birthing pool got water. The tub was, we were in an apartment at that time. The tub was too small to be able to like really get comfortable and turn around, because I ended up birthing, like putting my chin on the birth tub and like backwards. So the tub would have been too uncomfortable, especially on my knees. And the reason we decided to do the birth at home, especially at home, was because we were actually the first tenants for that apartment. It was a brand new apartment complex. That unit had just gotten built weeks before we moved in. The vibe in there, we had set the tone in there. We had been in there for maybe 2.5 or 3 years before I had my daughter. So we had set the tone in there. It was good vibes all the time in that house. I have to give us credit. All of our houses were homes. No matter how big or small, we always had a really good energy and vibe in there. And it's crazy because most people who visit us, even to this day, with this other house we've made a home, they tend to sleep because they're so comfortable, or they tend to like vent or express themselves because they're so comfortable, and we always end up hearing how comfortable they were and how much they love being at our house and how cozy it is and just the energy is right. So I have to put us out there for a side now, but that's why we decided to do a home birth at that home, because we set the tone, we set the energy for it. We thought there was no safer space than in our home. It was during, I don't know if I can say this word because I don't want to get anything flagged, but it was during the leftover 2020s. So pandemic, I guess is how they phrase it, pandemic times. The Ovid times. It was around the leftover time of that. This was 2022, so everybody was not fully with their heads out of the cave. They were just kind of like, is it safe yet? So it was kind of still weird. Hospitals were still, over here in the United States, especially in Florida, especially central to lower Florida, they were still doing a lot of things where, you know, sometimes they would have one person in the room, or they would have 3 people in the room if we were having a birth. So just the chance of him not being able to make it inside of the room, because that one could easily turn into 0 if there's an emergency with the birth or anything. It was just going to be mom. Like, mom was the priority, and I didn't like that because he went half on this baby with me. You're going to be in this room with me, and that is like literally my best friend. That is my soulmate. Like, he had to be there, or else I could have panicked if I was in a hospital birthing situation. All these, you know, faces I don't know, all these machines, the beeping, I couldn't, especially advocating for myself, whether I was under medications or I just didn't, all these scenarios I thought of, and I was like, no, that's not how a birth should be. It should be a happy time, not an upsetting time. One moment, I don't know what happened. I'm trying to hold off her snacks because, oh, she's playing. Sorry, y'all, she sounds like a pterodactyl. She's part dinosaur. So I didn't want to take the chance. We wanted our first birthing experience to be memorable, and that it was. We had her at 10 o'clock and some change, because I know some people are into like different things where they can match up dates and times and all that, so I won't say the exact time, but she was born in the later 10 o'clocks in the morning. It was a beautiful day outside. The natural light was flowing in. I have a video. It's in my video section of my YouTube. Beautiful, beautiful spring day. And it was the day before April's birthday, so that was cool. She had a pre-birthday birth. But yeah, it was amazing. You okay back there? You want some water? You want some water? Look. Water? There you go. Like little crab hands back there. You just see the hand come and grab whatever you're handing her. You can keep it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We're almost there, Mouse. That's the nickname I have for her now. Mouse, because she scrunches her little nose like a mouse. Yeah, how is your head up that high? Cookie? You want a cookie? Let's see if we have a cookie. I only got 2 of these things. So the fact that she's asking for one, I will give it to her, but we're going to have to stop here. Might have to stop and pick some up. She's like addicted to these cookies. It probably has. ton of sugar. Here you go. Please don't mess with that. Thank you. Sugar rush for her. Ooh, did I put child lock on that back door? I tend to rent out this truck, so I need to remember to put the child lock because some people take it off, as they should. We're almost there. We have like, I would say, not even 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And once we get there, I'm actually going to cut this live, excuse me, and then continue to record. So if you guys are interested in picking back up the video once I get there, definitely look out for the video on this tomorrow, within the next 24 hours, I would say. Because I'm gonna go ahead and continue the video vlogging. I don't want to do live because there are going to be a lot of kids there, I can imagine, and I don't play that. I'm not trying to put anybody's kid on my live without consent from the parent or anything like that. So not even going to put myself in that position. So I will vlog where I have some more control over what I'm recording, or else I would have taken you guys along for the ride if it wasn't for that. But it gets a little tricky with content and kids and consent. So, and trust me, I've tried to be an expert at it because we try to take her to, like, you know, kids activities and playgrounds and all that stuff, and I'm just like, ah! It's the hardest thing. I want to show people new experiences for sure, but it's so hard to record and not get these kids' faces in it. But I respect that. I'm one of the parents that respects that privacy, because we honestly don't know where any of this content is going. Is it 11:11? It's 11:11. That's my number right there. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. I saw a couple of the highs. I can't read right now because I am driving, and I enjoy doing the live while I'm driving because who doesn't love running their mouth on a long drive? But I unfortunately cannot read while I am driving. I'm not one who lives on my phone while I'm driving, especially with the kid in the car. So unfortunately I can't read everything, but hi everyone. Thank you for joining the live. My child is okay, I promise. I don't know what that was. Probably an attempted cough. The pollen is terrible in Florida. ADD squirrel moment. The pollen is terrible. Terrible in Florida. The fires are very questionable. We don't believe that they're natural fires because this morning it was 47 degrees. Okay? It's been 40s, 50s in Florida late at night and early in the morning. The humidity is fine. Like, we're not burning up. It's not very humid. But there are somehow brush fires everywhere. And now it's threatening my home, back home where I was raised. My mom, my brother, everybody still lives there. But it's now threatening Homestead, Florida. And that's a little bit scary because you kind of see what happened in Hawaii. Was it what was the name of the place in Hawaii? Lanai? I can't remember because I'm thinking too hard. But Hawaii, nonetheless, it affected Hawaii. The fires that affected California more than once, and just other parts of the state. All these other states that have had wildfires and brush fires that have put people out of their homes and evacuated people. It just doesn't seem very authentic all the time to what nature would produce. But now it's over in Homestead, Florida, which is a connector to the Keys. So we're just gonna hope and pray for everyone down there, my family included, friends and family included, because I'm sure people are gonna get displaced, and that is always a very scary situation, I can imagine. So we're not even going to think negatively about it. We're gonna put positive vibes out there. I'm at a light, so now I can kind of see. No, I'm not. Now I'm moving. We're almost there. Oh, so cool thing is, at Navy School this month, they're learning about animals, farm animals, pets, wild animals, zoo animals, all sorts of animals. And over at the midwife's house, she has bunnies. Yeah. What happened? What? What? Yes, building. It's a building. Building. Navy doesn't speak English yet. She speaks another language, and we're trying to figure out what language it is. It might sound crazy, but I believe children speak other languages. She wasn't supposed to be in America to speak English. That's just what it is. She communicates phenomenally, but she just doesn't speak English. Yeah, we're almost there. But she's having an animal theme at her school, and they asked if we wanted to do the homeschooling portion of it to like participate. Could she take pictures with animals or do anything like that? And we were like, oh my gosh, yeah. So we have a picture of her with a giraffe at our safari drive-through like a year and a half ago. And then we have a picture with Callie, rest his soul, our dog, who passed away in November. And now I think I'm gonna get a picture with her and some bunnies. And we can put that up in the classroom so she would have participated from March's event. Yay, we're almost here. I don't want to cut you guys off abruptly when we get there, so I'm just letting you know I am cutting the live in about 30 seconds or so because we'll be there in about 2 minutes. And I just want to thank you all for coming into the live and participating. Lives are still very new for me. Speaking on camera is something I've never shied away from, but nonetheless, it is a little tricky with live because you don't have a chance to go back to reflect or, you know, edit or anything. And that's the whole point of this channel. We don't like to edit. It's a couple of naturals. We keep it natural. But still, you know, if you say something, I just hope never to like offend anyone or say anything that isn't a fact or in fact true. So the practice is really appreciated. And I enjoy you guys coming in here and commenting and participating. So thank you. Thank you. Everybody coming in, popping in, if even for just a second or by accident, is still appreciated because it's a view. So I appreciate it very much so to all those in support of our channel, Couple of Naturals. And I'm excited to drop new merchandise and just a website to follow up and just, oh, there are a lot of cars here. We love this for us. Good thing I am a driver because we're gonna park this baby good. Okay, hold on guys, I have to focus right now because I'm on an active live two-way street. Yes, and I am trying to get this right the first time. Okay, thank you. Perfect. Oh, why didn't I just park on that side? That was silly girl. Well, I mean, I'm fine. I think I'm fine here. We'll just be like up in the trees. But we're here. Yay. We're here. There are quite a few cars here. But I will be going ahead and dropping the website very soon. It's going to have a lot of postpartum art from our business of resin and wood perspective art. It's going to have essential oils, just things that we naturally use and do here at Couple of Naturals. So I hope to drop that site soon. Hopefully people can relate and love it. Now I'll go back into a couple of the messages. Hey, how old are you? I'm in my 30s. I just joined. What are we talking about? We were talking about natural births, home birthing, and being able to do a reunion today at our midwife's place. Where are you from? Florida. I'm going to donate. Oh my gosh, did somebody donate? They didn't. They said they would. That's okay. Thank you for the thought. And then everybody else said hi. Surya, were you in here before? That name looks familiar. Surya Prakash. That looks familiar. So if you're back, thank you so much for coming back. That's it for the live. Y'all look out for the video in about 24 hours. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here and see April. Bye. How do I end this?